Hi everyone, it is Margie from the Westchester Children's Museum once again, and I am here to do something really fun with you today since we are getting to summer months and we want to spend some fun time outside. So today we are going to make bubbles, and we're going to make our own bubble solution too. So before we get started, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So, why do you think bubbles are always round? What can you make bubbles with besides a bubble wand? Can you make your own bubble solution? I think you can. So, let's get started with what you need to make your own bubble solution. So here we go. What you need to make your very own bubble solution takes just 3 easy things, and you probably have it at home in your kitchen. So what you need is, you need some dish soap. You need some corn syrup, and you need some water. We're going to fill this up in a little bit. And then you need a measuring cup because you have to make sure you have the right amount of the ingredients, or else your bubble mixture will not work well. You need a bowl to put your solution in. And then here comes the fun part. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find some things around your house that you can blow bubbles with. So I found a few things that are really interesting and it'll be fun. So let's get started with making our own bubble solution. So we start off with just putting 3 cups of water into our bowl, and I had already measured that out and poured 3 cups of water into my bowl. Next, we need to measure out 1 cup of our dish soap. Now mine looks a little funky in color, but I mixed 2 colors of dish soap together. So I mixed an orange and a green, and I kind of got this color that looks a little yellowish. So I'm going to pour my cup into my water bowl. Wow, look at that. And it looks very yellow in color. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of corn syrup. So let's measure that out together. And a 1/2 cup of corn syrup. We're almost there. And we are there. And we're going to pour and mix that in. So then we want to just stir it a little bit. You're going to stir it and mix it all around. And you have made a big batch of bubble stuff. So next, here comes the fun part, because we're going to test out some things and see what we can blow bubbles with. So now it's time to have some fun. So gather some things in your house. Maybe like a spatula. Actually, a tape roll. Try that. You can even try making some things out of pipe cleaners and see if they'll work to blow bubbles. So we're going to test things out. So I want you to put your thinking caps on and think about bubbles and what we can use to create bubbles. So we're going to test. We're going to make some predictions first at what you think is going to happen. And then we're going to test out and use all of our different items to make bubbles. Now some may work and some may not, but let's give it a try. And that's what good scientists do. We're gonna think about and predict what's going to happen, and we are going to observe as we test. So here we go. Let's start with the first one. The spatula. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Wow. Look at the bubbles that I can make with that. I guess the spatula worked. Let's try a tape roll. I just dipped it in and whoop. Wow, look at that. Now my last thing from my kitchen, this could be fun. What do you think will happen? Wow, look at the bubbles that I made. Wow. So now it's your turn. Grab some items at home, and actually you can go outside because it's more fun to watch your bubbles float away and see how long it takes for them to float away or pop. So now that we've had some fun with bubbles, it's time to find out why does that happen? How did we create bubbles? Why does a bubble form? So, what happens is when you mix your liquid soap with water, and we put a little corn syrup in there too, what happens is you're changing the surface tension of the water. And once you do that, and you pick up your item and dip it in your bubble liquid and blow, you change the surface tension of the water, and a thin layer, when you blow into that mixture, gets created around the air that you blow into the item that you're blowing your bubble with. And that's why a bubble is created when you mix soap, water, and a little bit of corn syrup. But you know what? Why are bubbles always round? I always wanted to know that. No matter what we used a spatula, and our bubble was still round. So what happens is, because of that surface tension keeps pulling back, and it wants to make the surface area smaller and smaller and smaller till the smallest possible space that it could make. And it does that, and that's kind of what causes our bubbles to always be round. So try different things, but I bet your bubbles will still be round. And the challenge is to use some other things in your house and make some big bubbles outside. So what can you use to make the biggest bubble? What can you use to make the smallest, tiniest bubbles? How long will your bubbles float outside until they pop? So now's your turn. Go outside again and see what you can test out and use to make a giant bubble.